My name is Matt. I've had one diagnosed concussion and at least 5 undiagnosed concussions all from playing soccer. My first concussion was in the fall of 9th grade. It was my last soccer game of the season, and I got hit right in the side of the head in the first half of the game, and then near the end I got hit again pretty hard. Then when I got home, my mom took me to urgent care, and then to an actual doctor, and I got diagnosed with a concussion. And then my second, third, fourth, fifth, however many more, were all from playing soccer too. They were all from getting hit pretty hard in the head, jumping up to challenge a ball, whatever. And after that, I've had ringing in my ears ever since then, to be honest. And after every one, it's been pretty tough going home. So my first time I had a concussion, my coach back then took it pretty seriously. He told me that I can't go to the next game. He called my mom right away. After that, I haven't really talked to him since. But my coach for the past 3 years, I mean, he's mentioned it, and like we'd avoid some drills during practice, but in-game scenario, he hasn't really said anything to warn me or anything like that. They would talk about it, yes. They would mention, don't use your head when you don't have to, all that, but they never talked about the potential long-term effects of getting concussions and multiple hits to the head. For the short-term effects, right away, my grades fell, not too much, but a noticeable drop. So that was in the fall of my 9th grade. I got less grades on tests, projects, whatever. And then that I had to sit out for a week. I had no lighting, sunglasses in the house. The light was really bothering me, especially for the first one. Ever since then, it's been pretty on and off, but I've had ringing in my ears since 9th grade, and I've gone to multiple different doctors. They don't know what's up, so the only conclusion is from the multiple hits to that. Yeah, it's gotten much harder. I mean, it's gotten to the point where my mom wouldn't let me play soccer and had to beg and convince her to. So it's been pretty tough to overcome each successive hit, especially in high school soccer, in high school sports for that matter, because in any scenario you want to be the popular kid, you want to be the big dog, so to speak. So everybody expects you to play and expects you not to be a baby and not to be soft. So they want you to stay in and play for the team, for the school. There's not really much you can do. Like, you just got to stick with it, because if you sit out, then you get made fun of, all that, but if you stay in, you get hurt even more. So it's a lose-lose situation. So I wish my coaches would have warned of the long-term effects rather than just focus on the short-term, not playing games, stuff like that. So I wish they would have told me about the medical risks and the social and academic risks as well. There was multiple times where I wasn't taken out, even though I was kind of groggy and slower than usual. And my teammates were definitely a bigger motivation for me to stop rather than my coach, because some of my teammates also had pretty big concussions, so they also knew about it. So they'd be like, Matt, just step out, it's not worth it, and stuff like that. Definitely should be more education, whether that be from the teachers or from the coaches. There's all this research about football players and what happens to them after years and years of hits, and I feel that's not as mainstream, and it should be taught to kids earlier on so they could avoid situations like that. My mom is really the main advocate of all this. She would show me all these brain scans and stuff from football players who had all these concussions, and it's kind of eye-opening how much damage, and it really increases my level of worry for what my high school career will do for me in the future. My advice for coaches would be to inform their players about the long-term, especially the long-term effects of concussion and any sort of brain injury for that matter. So my advice for student athletes would be it's not about manning up, it's just about doing what you think is right for your body and your health, not what everybody else thinks about your decision. When in doubt, sit it out. No sport is worth ruining your brain. If you think you have a concussion, tell your coach, tell your parents, get tested.